Hey guys, and welcome to the IRC Elite League Highlight Show. It's round 2. It's Bahrain. Australia threw us an absolute thriller and set the tone for the season. Yaw won the opener. Blaz was there in third place after starting way down. Also Jamie, 2 Williams both on the podium as well. And Knowlesy surprised everybody in 6th place. But disaster for Jacob late on, and TTG Navy crashing at the last lap meant he only finished in 7th when he could have had 2nd or even the win. Bahrain is a completely different track though, whereas Australia, a lot of mid-high speed corners, not many straights. Bahrain completely different. Plenty of straights, plenty of low speed corners, and plenty of chances for overtaking. This promised to be another thrilling race. Let's take you round the track with our very own Samster, one of the quickest in the world around Bahrain. He takes you for a hot lap.
Welcome guys, round 2 Bahrain, one of my favourite tracks in the calendar. This is going to be my hot lap. This is in the replay mode, so you can't see any line or the delta or anything, but I will tell you this was a 126.5, so quite a competitive lap, but not one of my finest. Okay, as we come up to the first corner, you want to brake really late, going 8th to first, try and really hook the car up on the exit, short shifting to third because of the traction, and then 4th again before the second corner. As we come into the second straight going down, you really want to abuse the track limits here on the left without invalidating, but to get maximum entry. Try to avoid the curb, maybe glance it ever so slightly. Running into a very difficult sector 2 here, you want to try and avoid the curbs here because you can spin the rear of the car quite easily. You see 4th up to 5th here, but I run a little bit wide and get bumpy on the exit curb, and that is a very tricky corner. Again, heavy braking into the next, down to first, drop shifting up to third for the traction. And then we come to the most difficult corner on the track, the double left-hander. Car's running away from you, always understeering. You want to brake super early, get that down to first so you hit the apex. Then up to third again, and down the straight we go. Lap's looking a bit scruffy so far, but not too bad. You want to again abuse the track limits here, 7th down to 4th, and try and time the power just so you don't touch the exit curb there, and don't spin it into the wall. Track limits are really important around this track. 3rd to last corner, 7th down to 3rd. Again, the car's eking to sort of understeer away from you, so you've got to try and keep it tight with the turning and brake early. And into the final corner, which is actually not easier than it looks. All you've got to do is avoid the curb, 7th to 4th, get on the curb on the exit, down the straight, and that will be the end of the lap. If you can see the wheel, you see it was at 126.5, like I said, and that is Bahrain.
Lovely, that is how you do it. A stunning lap from Samster. Sadly, he would not be taking part in the Bahrain race. We would have 19 of the 20 original drivers, with ITSTG filling in for Samster as the reserve. Qualifying would hit a bit of a snag yet again. Codemaster problems and connection issues would mean the qualifying would be shortened to 20 minutes. However, it produced absolute non-stop action and a surprise pole position. Here's the qualifying and the race. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
This could be incredible.
Qualifying would prove to be an absolute thriller. Deneen had pole for all of 2 seconds, but then Dan Murphy got his first ever pole.
Murphy in the 27th, that's fantastic stuff. And apologies, I've missed both.
A stunning job by Dan Murphy. First ever IRC pole. Could he convert it to a win? He would be followed by Deneen, the reigning champion, returning for his first race of the season, and Flying Sauce in his first race, propping up on soft tyres, 3rd position. Slimbo also on his return in his first race would be 4th. The grid was a fascinating one. Half the grid choosing to go on mediums, half the grid choosing to go on softs. There is your grid for round 2.
And the scene is set for a duel in the desert once again. 5 lights are on and we are racing in Bahrain, and it's a good start from Murphy. A lovely bit of wheel spin there as well. We've got Jonathan Cox already in front of Balco, and there's a bit of lag going on in the background there for Red Bull. And Murphy takes the lead into turn 1. Deneen in second. Jonathan Cox is flying through the field. It's up to 4. Oh no, there's a crash. There's a crash. It's Slim. It's Jonathan. Slim has come back on the track now. It's gone all wrong already in the first corner. Lucas is up 9 positions. If I read that right, that's incredible start from Lucas. One's he's damaged a lot of front wing there. There's a lot of carbon fibre there out there. And Jonathan's got wide then. There's Joris going on the outside there. Lucas is dropping on the field. I think he's damaged the car. That's a McLaren. That's a McLaren. That's a Toro Rosso. It's a BP. It's in the wall. BP. It's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. And the Fanos there is showing as well. Slim's had an appalling start. As oh dear, that's all gone terribly wrong there. Murphy leads Navy up in the 4th position. That's fantastic time there. But yeah, not a very good start, David. Looks a bit messy and not that bad as left for session. That's not good.
Absolute chaos down there. Jonathan Cox was like he overcooked turn 1 and took Slim with him. An absolute car. TG's got no, BP's got no front wing. Cox has got damage, Slimbo damage as well. It's TG's got damage. We're going to have a frantic haul of cars in the pits. Stunning start for Loukas has gone backwards.
Yeah,
he's got front wing damage.
I was going to say, 9 positions in one corner for Loukas was absolutely outstanding, wasn't it? Talking about outstanding, Blaz has gone from it's gone literally from the back and up into 11th position. There is T. Sammy there has joined Murphy, has set the fast out of the race. Of course, he is the first one to cross the line. Denise had a fantastic start on the medium compound tire, so he's done a very good job there to start the race there. And we got a lot of pit activity. Well, I say a lot. I thought we had. We got Lennon in. We've got Are You Racing in. So we're going to have a traffic jam as they come into the pits then, and a bit of a messy start in the Elite League here. Look at them all; they're all coming to the pits then. Slim there is dropped down 15 positions. TG has got a penalty as well. BP has got no front wing at all when he clashed with Slim at the top of the hill then. So not a good start at all then. I got to say, a cracking start for Jamie, for Blaz, brilliant stuff. Nosey as well. We've got yellow flagging free.
I got to say, Sean, only 5 drivers survived with their front wings. Belko is out there, but he's got front wing damage. Yor has front wing damage. Jamie has front wing damage, hasn't pitted. Stam seems to have a clean car. I think Blaz has as well, and Knowlesy, who seems to have kept their noses clean. Yes, so only literally quarter of the... In Australia, but can he get it right? And now Flying Sauce down the inside of Deneen. Can he get the move stuck here? Yes, he can. The McLaren driver not fighting it too hard. Flying Sauce on the soft tyres. And Yor up to 6th place, fighting with Christy and Belko. They've both got front wing damage. Yor running over a bit of debris there. Can Belko on the softer tyres stick around the outside? Yor just slightly forcing the track, but Belko is still there. Up the hill. No! Belko's in the wall and out! Oh, no! Christy and Belko. What a shame. It looks like he got on the curb when he tried to rejoin the track. And has found the stop with Dan Murphy. 2.4 because Deneen is back into 2nd place. He's past Flying Soz. Deneen back into 2nd. Great action there. The McLaren driver, the reigning champion, the Irishman, has got past the Greek driver. Stam picks up a penalty. So now Flying Soz back with DRS. Can he get it back past Deneen? This will all be helping Dan Murphy. He'll be pulling away. Australian winner, but Flying Soz and Jacob and TTG Navy are now within DRS range of Deneen, so Deneen could be under big attack here. Softer tyres to Flying Soz. All this battling will be helping Dan Murphy get away. Here goes Flying Soz down the inside of the Alfa Romeo. Can he get the move stick? Yes, he can. Well, a cut back from Deneen. Flying Soz blocks the apex. Deneen trying to go on the outside this time. Can he make this move stick? This will be quite a move. Who is not using DRS? I think Flying Soz had it and hasn't used it. Deneen round the outside and through. Is he? Is he through? Yes, he is. What a move. Great fighting between the Greek driver and the Irish driver. And he's gone. Deneen's off. Deneen's off. He didn't hit the barrier. Wow, he survived. Well, I thought he was a goner. Well, that is a massive setback for the Irishman, and it puts Jacob into 3rd. Navy now into 4th place, and they are right behind Flying Soz. Are the soft tyres starting to wear? But he's got, and is he coming in? He is coming in. So he pits, and so does Dan Murphy. 6 laps on the soft tyres then, and they are in. So it's Navy. Look at the leaders. The leaders are side by side. It's Navy trying to move on Jacob. Nothing doing now, and Deneen is 3.5 seconds back. Now will Navy have a go? Jacob going super defensive. Now down to the inside. Navy takes to the outside. We know Navy is a good overtaker. We saw it in Australia with his battle with Yor. And now he is fighting for the lead of the race with Jacob. The front 2 are nose to tail. Deneen is catching them. Yor doing a great job there with front wing damage. And Dan Murphy getting past Knowlesy. So Dan Murphy back on the soft tyres. So Flying Soz has got mediums. Dan Murphy on the soft tyres, looks like it's going to try and 2-stop as Jamie there just behind Stam. Stam's got past Jamie then, who's also got front wing damage. The other Williams of Blaz going about his business nicely on the hard tyres. Yet again, Blaz having a good, quiet race. Dan Murphy, but here we go, DRS wide open as we begin lap 9. Navy on Jacob. Down the inside, Jacob not defending this one, so Navy will have a clean run down to turn 1 on the inside and gets through. Can he get it stopped in time? Yes, he can. Is there a switch back from Jacob? No. So Navy leads. And now Navy has led both races as Dan Murphy. Fastest lap on his fresh soft tyres. Catching the back of Blaz. Look at that, nose to tail. And now Deneen, after his earlier mistake and going off, is now just 2 seconds behind these two as well. We could have a 3-car battle very shortly. This is what Navy did in Australia. Led the race, pulled away. Oh, and Jacob nearly got caught out on the brakes. nearly took out our race leader. And has damaged his front wing. Has Jacob got front wing damage? Yes, he has. Oh, Jacob. Has he? I just want to clarify. No, he has. Yeah, he has. Front wing damage to the left-hand side of the front of the car. And it is. So, Jacob needs to do what he did in Australia, except just keep it out the barriers. Oh, Nolsey may get ahead here as well. So Jacob at the pits. No, yeah, Nolsey has cleared him. Will Lennon clear him? Hasn't pitted on his softs. In fact, is probably struggling on his soft. But now it's head down for Jacob. Come out compared to Jacob. Also in the background there is Yor. He'll have to change his front wing. Anybody else fancying a pit stop here then? Oh, that front wing change is agonising for these guys. So Deneen's going to rejoin. Looks like ahead of Jacob. And ahead of, crucially for him, ahead of Nolsey as well, as Jacob lining up a move on Nolsey. Down the inside, it's a late move from Jacob. Nolsey has to get on the brakes and get out of the way. Jacob not messing around at all. Oh, and it's gone wrong for Nolsey, trying to rejoin back on track. Oh, so it's... and a front wing damage as well. I wonder if it's Navy and Stam. What a first stint by Stam. And Jamie follows suit, so it's a clean run. Oh, Jamie, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. That's going to be crucial because I think it's going to be close. But look at this. Blaz in second place. Blaz is second place again. He just keeps his nose clean. Out of trouble. Okay, he hasn't stopped, but he is second. But Dan Murphy leads. However, he has to stop again, but when he does, he'll be mightily quick. Flying Soz also will have to possibly stop again. Third place, Navy, there in fourth. It's all worked out for him. 3.5 ahead of Deneen, 3.2 ahead of Jacob. Stam has got himself into contention. So Blaz has worked out beautifully for him. Blaz will surely go mediums, I'm pretty sure. Dan Murphy will go mediums. Flying Soz leads then from Navy, from Deneen. Where will Dan Murphy re-emerge? Here comes the Toro Rosso. Where's Stam? That's a big question. He want to be out ahead of Stam. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, and is that Yor as well? It is. They're going to be side by side. Murphy gets out of it. It's 7th for Dan Murphy. Now he's got, what, 13 laps on the medium tyres to absolutely go for it if he wants to win his first race. A bit ragged there from Jacob. Can he get the DRS open? Here we go. Deneen defending this. Jacob down the inside. Slimbo's left for session again. Getting bad to worse for him. Now then, Jacob down the inside. This time gets the move stuck. And Jacob takes over third place. He is a man on a mission. Deneen trying to fight it back. And in the background, Dan Murphy has passed Yor. 1 down for Dan Murphy. 1.8 behind Stam. Jonathan Cox pits. Can't get through. It'll be frustrating Englishman now. Stam defending his car nicely, doing nothing wrong. Crazy power. Getting past Loukas there before the corner's done. They're going to be hoping for some dropouts. And Lennon and Are You Racing? 2 former Super League drivers there fighting for the final point. Blaz catching Yor, we'll keep an eye on that, but still Dan Murphy agonising for him, still just behind the back of Stam. Will he try a move here? Oh, it looks like he is, you know, down the inside. Oh, it's the corner's too quick. Stam shuts him off in the meantime as well. Deneen right behind the back of Jacob. ASAP, here he goes now. He's not even going to wait for the DRS. Down the inside. Oh, and Stam waiting for the DRS, so Stam backed off. No, he'll now have DRS on Dan Murphy. Although the exit from Stam isn't too good. I think now Murphy's got to defend. Stam could have played a beauty card here. And back through goes Stam. Murphy down the inside. Can he get later on the brakes? Oh, don't bang into each other. Oh, they did bang. And Stam damages front wing. Oh, yeah. Oh, I, from that angle, I'm not too sure. But that is disaster for Stam. Dan Murphy up to 5th, now 9 seconds behind Deneen. 10 laps to go, there's time, there is time. Possibly able to reach to win this race, but a podium is well at stake for Dan Murphy. And you're now right behind the back of Stam. Yours had a great race, won in Australia. It looks like he could pick up a top as gets nicely past Stam, who's going to be struggling with that front wing damage. The soft tyres could be a fastest lap. He's got a nice gap to Lennon and Are You Racing. Front wing change, but Lennon and Are You Racing to get through. And in fact, Are You Racing might even double his points here. Right behind the back of the English driver, the Belgian driver goes down the inside. Plenty of room given by these two. It's not, because Lennon, good racing. That's lovely racing between the two, and Stam has dropped to 13th place. Yet again, Are You Racing? Will he have a look here? No, he doesn't. Good racing. Lennon doing nothing wrong there. Both pretty much on the same tyre life. So Loukas now to 11th with crazy power just behind him, and there is Stam. Oh, and it's a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. And any advantage he tried to get to stopping this race has just gone out the window. In the meanwhile, Jacob is absolutely flying. Can he? Another fastest lap by Jacob on the hard tyres as well. And Are You Racing? Can he finally get past Lennon here? Lovely. This is how it should be done. Both giving each other space. Now Lennon has the cut back. He'll have to go around the outside though. Are You Racing down the inside? Oh, and the DRS. Lennon gets the advantage. Lovely stuff. That is good, respectful racing between both these drivers. Loukas is starting to catch him though, as Loukas and Crazy Power also getting very close. Action everywhere now. I'm expecting Flying Soz to fly past the Slovenian driver Blaz, who'll be very happy with his outing so far. Dan Murphy not really catching the front three as quick as he would like. Slim, absolutely fantastic start to the season. Flying Soz passes Blaz halfway down the straight, and Flying Soz could get himself behind, only 5 seconds behind Yor, 6 behind Dan Murphy. Flying Soz and Dan Murphy both 2 stops, so they could find themselves meeting in the middle. But Williams are in for another good haul of points. Where Are You Racing? And then this fantastic battle resumes, as does Loukas and Crazy Power, and Stam there as well. Now Crazy Power on the outside, can he get the move? And this is all for 11th place, and Crazy Power down the inside. This time, can he get the move done? Has he made it stick? Here comes Loukas down the inside. Stam there as well for any mistakes made. And Loukas back on the inside. Here comes Stam. And they somehow don't make contact. Stam is an absolute man on the mission. He will be feeling very aggrieved what's happened to him. Knowlesy pits. Oh, a little bit of banging wheels there between the Italian driver, Crazy Power, and Stam. Great racing down the field. He could clinch a point with his soft tyres if he can pass these two rapidly, quickly. And Crazy, well, that's one job done. There goes Crazy Power off the road. So Stam's got past one. That makes his life easy now. There's Jonathan Cox in the background. Now can Stam get past Loukas? And then 6 seconds to make up to Are You Racing and Lennon, who are still battling nose to tail. Jacob now has the lead down to 3 seconds in front. Stam penalty. Well, that doesn't help his cause at all. Now I think Are You Racing trying around the outside. Now they both go down to turn 1. Who got the DRS? It was Are You Racing with the DRS. So Are You Racing on the outside of Lennon. This time can he get the move done? Lennon defensive. Middle of the track, but I think Are You Racing's done it. He has! Finally the Belgian driver has the move done, and Stam has passed Loukas. Stam now into 11th place. Now can Lennon fight back here? He can't. And Are You Racing at last gets past Lennon. Has he settled for 4th place? Got a flag, and Jacob's out. Jacob's out. Where's Jacob gone? I cannot believe it. Jacob is out again. This is unbelievable. He's gone off in turn 1 somewhere. He's hit the wall. I can't find his car. Wow, absolute not again. At the same point as when he crashed out in Australia, Jacob has binned it again. And it's no points again for Jacob. Absolutely extraordinary. All of a sudden, Lennon, Are You Racing jump up places. But now, surely, that hands the victory. Well, I'm not going to jinx it this time, but what an opportunity for Navy to win his first ever. Oh, it's a curb on turn 2. Jacob says he hit the curb on turn 2 and into the wall. I do not believe that. And that's crazy power off the road. Has he come together? Oh, he's got front wing damage. I wonder if him and Loukas have come together. Wow, it's all going off. So Lennon, Are You Racing are now fighting for 8th and 9th. Stamp back in the points in 10th. And he may well still lead because the tractor's leaving this race. Lennon 8th, Are You Racing? Now they're side by side again. Don't bang wheels, boys. Keep it clean. And Lennon is back through. And Are You Racing? Fantastic racing between these two. Absolute respect between them both. As Are You... Oh, here we go again. Oh, and there's a ghost of Not That Bad. And Are You Racing has again passed, but Lennon will have the jump. Oh, and he's hit the back of Are You Racing. He got too quick. He was too quick. Oh, and that damage could be costly for Lennon. Round the outside, though, he's lost both end plates. He completely smashed the back of the Belgian driver. Are You Racing had a dreadful exit, and Lennon was just too quick. Caught him completely off guard. And here comes Stam. Stam can sense an 8th place here. Fighting Not That Bad's ghost. That will get out of the way. It's absolutely lighting up now. Yours backed off from Dan Murphy. The gap is now 2 seconds. Dan Murphy now having 3 seconds of the lead. Last for Navy, but I don't know where to look here. Flying Swords, can he try a move? He's got 3 more DRS zones to get a move done. Jamie's catching the back of Blas, by the way. You're made a slight error there, so will this be an opportunity for Flying Soz? Where? Oh, come on, we don't want this view. There we are. You're going defensive. There are the 2 Williams boys having a great race. Flying Soz can't get it done here. What about Stam? Stam and Lennon. So Stam's through. Stam is 9th place. He's recovering nicely. Flying Soz now. Now, you're on the inside. Flying Soz around the outside. Can he make it stick? Well, they're still side by side. And this time, Yor has to yield. And Flying Soz is through. 4th place for the Greek driver. Great start to... Oh, he's run wide. He's run wide, though. Where's Yor? Yor now alongside. Did he get the better drive? This is not an overtaking move. Yor thinks better of it. Dan Murphy now within 2 seconds of Deneen, but in the meantime, there is DGG Navy. He crashed on the last lap, chasing for the victory in Australia. This time, with 1 corner to go, he's going to do it. Navy is going to win his first ever Elite League race around the last corner. It's victory for Red Bull. It's his first ever win. Navy wins in Bahrain, and Deneen is going to be second. No! 5-second penalty for Deneen. Are You Racing's also been off the road, but this could cost him second. Dan Murphy is second. What about Flying Soz? It's Yor for Flying Soz 5th. Deneen cost himself a 2nd place on the final straight. Are You Racing down with Jonathan Cox? What has happened? What has happened? Blas a fantastic 6th, Jamie a fantastic 7th. But Are You Racing and Jonathan Cox have crashed on the final lap. And Are You Racing, Jonathan Cox and Are You Racing were Super League rivals. That's where they...
What an outstanding result. First ever victory for Navy Dave after a complete agony in Australia last time out. This time he would bounce back with victory and 25 huge points for the Dutchman. Dan Murphy, first ever pole position, followed by his highest ever IRC Elite League result in 2nd place. And Deneen, the reigning champion, returned, but not quite the return he was looking for. He would be in 3rd place on the podium. Yor, Australia's winner, there in 4th place. He would carry on to lead the championship after 2 rounds. Flying Soz, the late penalty cost him, didn't it? 5th place for him. Blas, dead last to 6th. Driver of the day again, no doubt. Jamie, Stam, Lennon and Loukas would all round out the top 10. You'll led the championship from Navy, from Murphy, from Jamie and Blaz, but as you can see by the gaps, there's nothing in it. 15 drivers have already scored points. Williams lead the constructors, 47 points, 10 ahead of Renault with 37, with Red Bull and Toro Rosso close behind. Every team has now scored. Loukas and Slimbo will both receive full qualifying bans for their parts in the turn 1 chaos on lap 1. Loukas, as you can see there, piled into everybody after completely missing his braking zone, as you will see in Lucas's point of view. Wiping out Jonathan Cox and Slim, it wasn't a good look. Further back though, after Slim being taken out, he then rejoined the track at the apex of turn 2, taking out several cars with him. Here's the view from other drivers. Look out for the orange McLaren returning on the apex. There you go, wiping out 4 or 5 drivers, Slim, and unfortunately Loukas will receive full qualifying bans. That was the view of BP, who managed to avoid all that carnage but then got caught up with Slimbo being spun round by one of the Williams, and then bang, BP into the side of Slim. There is where Slim rejoined. An experienced racing driver like Slim should know better. A warning to drivers, please rejoin the track safely. Do not do what Slim did. Last lap, Are You Racing puncher spun. Loukas hit him. Jonathan Cox hit the back of Loukas. Are You Racing and Jonathan Cox retired, but Loukas managed to carry on and finish in 10th place. That's what's happened there. There you go, another incredible, action-packed, crazy race. The championship is super close in both the drivers and constructors. What will round 3 hold for us? See you next week for the Chinese Grand Prix.